Good morning, dear students, and welcome back to your English class. Today we are going to do Chapter 7, The Last Leaf by O. Henry from our supplementary reader, Moments. O. Henry was born under the name of William Sidney Porter in Greensboro, North Carolina. His short stories are popular throughout the world for their witticism, clever wordplay, and unexpected twist endings. His prolific writing period began in 1902 in New York City. He wrote 381 short stories in New York. He wrote one story a week for over a year for the New York World Sunday magazine. Some of his famous short stories are The 4 Million, The Gift of Maggie, The Cop and the Anthem, and The Last Leaf. In this story, The Last Leaf, the author tells us that our positive thoughts work as a remedy for our illness. On the contrary, our negative thoughts make us depressed and dejected, which make our illness more serious. In this story, there are two friends, namely Johnsy and Sue. Johnsy suffers from pneumonia and links her illness with the leaves of ivy creeper. She thinks that with the fall of the last leaf of the ivy creeper, she would die. This negative thought of her makes her illness worse. No medicine acts upon her illness. Her friend Sue tells her to stop thinking so pessimistically, but she keeps thinking negatively. Sue tried her best to make Chauncey to take interest in things around her. She talked about clothes and fashions. Sue brought her drawing board into Chauncey's room and started painting. She also whistled while painting so as to make sure that Chauncey had a little entertainment. But it had no effect on Chauncey. She kept looking at the ivy creeper and counted backwards. When Sue asked her about it, Chauncey plainly replied that when the last leaf will fall, I will also leave this world. She informed Sue that there were more than 100 leaves a day before, but today there remained only a few leaves. Sue called it nonsense. She also told her that she would be all right, but it had no effect on Chauncey. Berman was an old painter who lived on the ground floor. He was 60 years old and he had a dream that one day he would paint a masterpiece, but he had no success so far. Sue told Berman about Chauncey's strange fancy. Both he and Sue went to Chauncey's room. At that time, Chauncey was sleeping. They saw that the ivy creeper had only one leaf left on it. It was raining heavily. It seemed that the last leaf would fall any time. The next morning, Chauncey awoke and asked Sue to draw the curtain so that she could look at the ivy creeper. Sue didn't want to do that, but Chauncey kept persisting and Sue drew the curtain. She looked at outside and she could see the last leaf hanging on the ivy creeper. It was green and healthy. Chauncey looked at the leaf every hour, but it didn't fall even in the stormy evening. This revived a will to live in Chauncey. Chauncey felt bad. She accused herself of being very selfish. She called Sue and admitted that before she had been very selfish and a bad girl to think that she would die when the last leaf would fall. She promised Sue that she would be better and she would think positively. Now she felt that it was a sin to want to die. She then asked Sue for a mirror. The next morning, Sue informed Chauncey about Mr. Berman. He had pneumonia for only 2 days. The janitor had found him in his room, unconscious and soaking wet. In 2 days' time, he lost his life. Sue informed her that the janitor had also found a burning lamp, a ladder, and a palette containing a mixture of colors similar to that of a leaf. Then Sue asked Chauncey if she hadn't wondered why the leaf had not fluttered. She then told her that the last leaf was Berman's masterpiece. He painted it the night the last leaf had already fallen. It was clear that Mr. Berman had left his masterpiece and a will for Johnsy to survive. Berman had gone into the icy night, climbed a ladder, and painted an ivy leaf so Johnsy will not know all the real leaves are gone. Berman's leaf restored hope in Johnsy and made her determined to get well. He had sacrificed his life for the young teenager. Thus, hope and willpower are the very important emotions which keep one living to the full.